Hi, my name's Nikki, this is QED Fitness, and what we are going to do today is a follow along of my Nerd Neck program. If you have not seen my Nerd Neck program, it is linked here. I give a full explanation on why we are doing each of these exercises in that video. The only piece of equipment you will need is a foam roller, but if you do not have a foam roller, just get a small towel and I will show you exactly what you can do. So first off, we have our thoracic extension drill with a foam roller or a peanut. If you do not have either of those, what you can do, you can just grab a towel and you can roll it up as tight as possible, and then that will be your foam roller, okay? So we're gonna grab our object and put it at the bottom of our thoracic spine. If you're unsure, just have a look at this picture, okay? So just lean back onto your object. Okay, now from here, you have to make sure those abs are contracted. Okay, we're going to support the back of our head, elbows in nice and tight, and then we're just going to lean back, making sure we are not holding our breath, okay? So we're going to do a few extensions at each vertebrae, then move up to the next one. So we're going to spend a minute working our way up to the top of the thoracic spine. Okay, so again, support that head, abs on, and then just lean back. You should be feeling it in the middle of your back. You don't want to exaggerate the movement and get those rib cage flaring in and out, because that is doing nothing for your mobility. Okay, so abs tight, leaning back. If it is too easy, you can extend those arms back, but make sure again, those abs are contracted and the breath is under control. If you have a vertebrae that's a little bit tighter than the rest, just spend a few more reps on that area. Just gradually moving up the spine. Remember, it is quite a small movement. We want to localize it in our thoracic spine. All right, let's get a couple more out. And time, perfect. That is our first one out of the way. So now we'll be stretching the pec minor. If you have a door frame, you can do both arms at the same time, okay? If you don't have a door frame, I don't know how you got inside, but you can just use a wall, okay? So we're gonna place it against the door frame or bricks, in my case, and have that 45-degree angle at the arm. So we're just gonna lean into the stretch for 30 seconds on each side. If you are using the door frame, you can just continue on both sides for the entire minute. Remember to keep that breath under control. You wanna trick your body into relaxing. It's important to not let that other shoulder collapse forward. You want to pull both shoulder blades back. That will just help open that chest up. And 3, 2, 1. All right, so now we're gonna get over to the other side. I don't have a wall on this side, so I'm gonna do the same side again, all right? So let's get in position. Remember, 45-degree angle at that shoulder, lean into the stretch and get that other shoulder back, pop that chest out, and we're just gonna lean into this one again. And as well, what might help is if you keep your abs contracted, because a lot of people get into this stretch and they just hyperextend that lower back and you may not be feeling it in your shoulder. So again, flex those abs, that will help keep your torso nice and upright. And time, beautiful. So now we'll work on the sternocleidomastoid and the scalene. Okay, so to do this one, we're gonna place one hand at the bottom of the throat, other hand goes on top. Now from here, you're gonna bring your ear to one side and then rotate up so you're looking at the ceiling. Okay, so again, we're going to put one hand at the base of our throat. That will pin that first rib down. So you're going to push down with the other hand as well. Get that ear to one shoulder. And then from there, just look up towards the ceiling. You should feel a nice stretch running down the side of your neck. Okay, so we'll just do about 10 on each side. So again, one hand on top, push down. We're going to bring that ear to one side and then look up towards the ceiling. Okay, don't push this one too hard, okay, because we don't want to be hurting ourselves, obviously. That will just make our problems worse. Okay, so again, if you've forgotten, one hand at the base of your throat, other one pushes down, ear to one side, and then look up towards the ceiling. Okay, so let's do it nice and slow. Again, anytime you're stretching, you've got to keep that breath under control. matter which hand is on top, as long as you're just pushing down that first rib. Nice and slow. Just hang out at the end of the stretch. Just feel those fibers lengthening. Probably one of my all-time favorite stretches. Okay, we'll do one more on each side. And that is the SEM and scalene stretch. Hopefully you're just feeling a little bit more mobility in the front and side of your neck. So now we are onto the strengthening part. So hopefully we've got a little bit more mobility in our neck and shoulders. Okay, so our first exercise is going to be the Superman. To perform the Superman, we're gonna lay face down on the ground, okay? We're gonna have our hands down by our side. Now, remember we are trying to target our mid and lower traps. So that is between and below your shoulder blades. So that's really where we want to feel the exercise. So hands down by your side. We're going to lift our chest up off the ground and only our chest. And then we lift our hands up as high behind us as we can. From here, we want to rotate our thumbs as far around as we can. Almost like we're trying to point our thumbs up towards the ceiling. And then the entire time, we want to be pulling our shoulder blades down and back. So think about getting your shoulder blades into those back pockets. Okay, so again, we'll just do 10 of these with a nice pause at the top. Hands down by your sides. We're gonna lift our chest and only our chest. Then we lift our hands up as high behind us as we can. And we're going to rotate our thumbs up towards the ceiling, squeezing those shoulder blades down and back. And we'll drop down and come up for another one. So the hands go up, as does the chest, and then we rotate those thumbs up towards the ceiling and squeeze in the middle and below those shoulder blades. And just gonna pause at that top position on each rep. If you're not feeling it in between and below those shoulder blades, you have to pull your shoulder blades and rotate your hands further. These muscles don't get a lot of love in our day-to-day life, so they're quite weak. So it won't take much to make a big difference in our strength. Remember, there are alternatives, so if this one is too easy, bring the arms out to the side instead of down by your sides. Right, we'll get 3 more good ones out. The last one. And time. Perfect. So that is the Superman. All right, so now we have the chin tuck. To do the chin tuck, all you need to do is to pull your chin in towards your throat. Think about trying to give yourself a double chin. You just want to make sure that you don't just bring your chin down towards your chest, okay? So think about pulling it in back, okay? So I've got a nice double chin here. All right, so we're gonna just do 10 of these. So we pull that chin in, hold at that end position, and bring it back, okay? So we'll just get a nice contraction at the end of the movement. It's very hard to talk while you're doing this. Okay, so again, you're trying to keep your head upright and pull that chin in as close as you can. And we'll get 3 more out. Should be feeling it deep in your neck. That's why they're called the deep cervical neck flexors. And we'll get 1 more, hold that end position. Beautiful. All right, that is the chin tuck. So now we've got our wall slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to lean back against the wall, make sure your lower back is in contact with the ground. If you can't get your lower back in contact with the ground, just walk your feet out a little bit further until you can, okay? Once your lower back is touching the wall, you're gonna reach up overhead, put the back of your hand against the wall. Now, the best way to think about doing this movement is that it's just like a pull-up. So we're going to be driving our elbows down towards the floor, squeeze those shoulder blades back, and then straight back up, okay? So we're gonna do 10 of these, all right, with a pause at that bottom position. So drive those elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Beautiful. Make sure though that lower back stays in contact with the wall at all times. If you cannot, just walk them out a little bit further. Remember to squeeze everything down and back at the end of the movement. This one's targeting our lower traps, which need to retract and depress our shoulder blades, or get your shoulder blades back and down. Beautiful. Okay, let's get a couple more out here. All right, 2 more. Perfect, and time. So there you go, that is the program, but remember this is a shortened version, so it's ideal if you can do this more than once a day. Hopefully this video gave you a little bit of relief from your neck and shoulder pain. If you'd like to know more about the program, the full video is linked here, plus there's a full PDF of the program in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe for more. My name's Nicky, this is QED Fitness, and I'll catch you next time.